Hey guys, Mega Man NG here. We're back with another Gen 6 Wi-Fi battle. Today I take on an old friend, Dan, aka PokemasterTFX. If he has a YouTube channel, I'll post the link in the description. This time around his team's actually a bit different. But we're about to see how he'll handle against my team. Anyway, let's get started. I start off with my trusted Arcanine. He has never let me down ever, though in rare cases. And he starts off with a Galvantula, and Galvantulas are just so annoying. He starts the battle off with a Sticky Web, and the Sticky Web is already placed on my side of the battlefield. I go to decide for a Crunch, because I'm not taking any chances because he has that Focus Sash. And believe it or not, it does do some damage, but he loses HP in the process. He goes for a Thunder Wave, and the Thunder Wave paralyzes my Arcanine. Is it going to stop me? Not really. However, I go for a Flare Blitz, and this time I don't suffer much recoil either. But remember, I still have a Life Orb on that Arcanine, and that could do some more recoil on the way. At least with that Galvantula taken down, I don't have to worry about anything else he brings out. However, sadly, I have to suffer from not one for 2 recoils. I'm going to have to be cautious. Anyway, he sends out Nappy, a shiny Scrafty, and I'm thinking, seriously? Dude, Callum best suits it for Scrappy, not Nappy. Nappy's Gengar. He goes for a Bulk Up, which boosts his attack and defense. But that's not going to matter because my close combat is going to take him down with little to no effort. This is the reason why I have this Rowlet. I got it off Wonder Tray, and it had a lot of egg moves, and I'm thinking, why not raise it? Well, you can pretty much guess the rest is history, right? Anyway, due to the I suffer not only a defense and special defense drop, but also a speed drop. And now he sends in a shiny Greninja. What the heck? He now has 2 shinies on this team? Seriously? It doesn't matter. I had to make a switch, so I send in my Ferrothorn. And it doesn't really matter since the Sticky Web is in it at lower speed. It's just going to make Gyro Ball even stronger. He goes for a Surf, which I made a good prediction on my part. And the Surf does some, pretty little damage. Now I need to set up some hazards along the way. So he's going to make a switch, and I'm wondering what else he's going to bring out. And he sends in Charizard. Another shiny Charizard. I already had like another battle that had a shiny Charizard. What the heck's going on? Anyway, it doesn't matter because I send in the rocks, and the rocks are going to help me out greatly. I have to make a switch because I don't want to get burned to death by this thing. And I send in my Electivire, hoping that I could be able to use it to Meat Shield it. And however, sadly, due to the Sticky Web, it suffers a speed drop. And now his Charizard Y reacts, and it becomes a Mega Charizard Y. I'm beginning to see a pattern here. My last opponent also had a Mega Charizard Y, though I'm surprised he doesn't have a Mega Charizard X. Oh wait, he also does have a Mega Charizard X, I forgot. He goes for a Flamethrower, and thanks to the sun, it does a lot of damage, but thankfully my Electivire survives. He gets a crit, but that doesn't make any difference thanks to the Focus Sash. However, sadly, that's all for naught because he does an Air Slash, and it takes down my Electivire easily. Oy, ain't that sucky. Now I'm wondering to myself, what am I supposed to do against it? Oh, I know. Send in my secret weapon, Chansey. And Chansey gets caught in a Sticky Web, which suffers a speed drop, but that doesn't make any difference because my Chansey's dang slow. And he makes a switch. That's his funeral, though. And he sends in a Mismagius. Oh, God, a Mismagius. The ultimate counter to Chansey. Oh, well, at least a Thunder Wave's going to help me out. Yeah, Mismagius is a ghost type, and this thing pretty much shuts my Chansey down completely. If that thing had hidden power fighting, I'd be screwed. So I make a switch into my Arcanine, hoping to withstand whatever he brings out. And yeah, Arcanine gets caught in a Sticky Web. He suffers a speed drop. I don't care. He goes for a Taunt, basically because I have like non-attacking moves. My Arcanine falls for the Taunt, but his Mismagius gets paralyzed. But I go for a Crunch attack, and the Crunch does a major load of damage, taking down that Mismagius. Thank goodness I took down that Chansey counter easily. Yeah, there are many other Chansey counters besides Mismagius that they can be used. Like, how do I put this? Like a Sableye, for instance. But I'll explain that later. Now he sends in a shiny Greninja once again, and I had to make a switch because I don't want to get surfed to death. So I actually do make a switch to my trusted Ferrothorn. Yeah, he's going to use a Surf. Since the Sunlight has faded already, Surf is pretty much going to do normal damage. And since Ferrothorn's been caught in a Sticky Web, he suffers a speed drop. Yeah, Greninja does the Surf exactly as I thought, because that, I believe, was his mindset. And yeah, since it has Protean, it actually does more damage, though, since it's Stab. And he decides to go for an Ice Beam, which I didn't know what I was thinking, though Ice Beam does normal damage since my Ferrothorn's part Grass. And I go for a Gyro Ball, and since Gyro Ball is strong against ice-based attack, like Ice types, takes down Greninja easily. Note to self, When you see something with a gyro ball, switch the heck out of there. Oh wait, I forgot, this is my Ferrothorn slower, so yeah. He sends in a Gallade, and it's a shiny Gallade. What? Another one? That's 3 already now. I don't even want to get hit by whatever it is it brings out. So I make a switch, and I send in my Arcanine as usual, just to at least withstand a lot of punishment. And he gets caught in the sticky web, which suffers a speed drop. And he goes for the close combat, thinking he's not going to take any chances, and he's just going to take down my Arcanine just like that. Great move, my friend. However, sadly, you suffer a defense and special defense drop. That's not going to really help you out in the slightest. And it's time I decide to bring on a pin. He has a life orb. I forgot about that. And I send in my Alakazam, and due to sticky web, also suffers a speed drop. Note to self, bring in something that can counter like entry hazards. Not that it matters, because I'm just going to Mega Evolve and beat the ever-living crap out of him. Yeah, I always bring in my Mega Alakazam, and even though I've had this Alakazam since Gen 4, this thing has never let me down in Gen 6 Wi-Fi battles, ever. He goes instead for a Shadow Sneak, and that's actually a pretty smart move. And however, sadly, he doesn't kill it. That's surprising, he doesn't kill it. But I instead decide to go for a Dazzling Gleam. Since Gallade is part fighting, I just take it down easily. Not to mention the defense drop that he suffered earlier due to close combat also contributed to it. And now he sends in Mega Charizard Y, in which, thanks to the Stealth Rock, suffer 50% damage. Very useful against fire types like Charizard and Talonflame. Stealth Rocks are very useful. He goes for a Flamethrower since it's faster than my Mega Alakazam, and he takes it down. Yeah, it did its job, so I'm not that worried. I decide now to send in my Chansey, and thanks to the sun, that's going to make his fire attacks even stronger. I got to find a way to slow that thing down and fast. So he starts off with a Flamethrower, and that does like more than 100 damage. But I go for a Thunder Wave, and that just shuts him down in his tracks. Not to mention, give him a serious case of slowdown. If he switches again, he's pretty much screwed no matter what. So I decide to go for a Seismic Toss, and the Seismic Toss does like 50 damage. And he decides to go instead for a Solar Beam. Thanks to the sunlight, however, he doesn't need to waste 2 turns. He just uses it once, and he fires it. However, sadly, that doesn't hit that much, about 60 damage. I go for a Seismic Toss, and that takes down his Mega Charizard Y. Thank you for the battle, Dan. I really appreciate it. This battle was actually pretty interesting. Your new team's actually pretty interesting too, but to be fair, a Scrafty, you should have expected my Arcanine to just come in close combat like. Also, change the nickname. Not to offend though, but Nappy is best suited for Gengar. Anyway, that's about it for this battle. If you enjoy it, please hit that like button. It does mean a lot to me. It does mean a lot to Dan. It means a lot to everyone here. Alright, later guys.